Addis Nwanyoma was only 10 when darkness stopped frightening her. While the children of Umokporo village ran inside as soon as the sun disappeared, Addis walked outside and whispered her dreams into the wind. She did not fear the silence, nor the cold breath of the night. To her, the night was the only friend that truly listened. After her parents died from a strange illness, the village kept their distance, whispering behind her back and calling her the cursed child. But the night never judged her. The night stayed with her. One evening, when the sky turned the color of bruised purple, Addis walked to the old footpath behind the farmland. She knelt, closed her eyes, and whispered, "Noboli M, I want to be great. I want to leave this pain behind." The leaves around her rustled even though there was no wind. The air grew thick, as if something unseen was standing behind her. Addis opened her eyes and felt a strange warmth on her skin. For the first time in her life, she wondered if the night she spoke to had been listening all along. The next night, Addis returned to the same spot. She held a small calabash her mother once used for evening water. It was the only thing she had left of her parents. She sat beneath a tall palm tree, swinging the calabash gently. The moon was bright enough to paint silver lines on the ground. Addis whispered again, "Night, please hear me. I am alone. I need strength." Suddenly, she sensed movement behind the tree. A shadow detached itself from the trunk. Instead of running, Addis stood still. The figure was tall, with a body that looked like smoke and stars. Its voice was deep and gentle like distant thunder. "Addis," it said, "why do you walk with the night without fear?" Addis' heart raced, but she answered softly,
"Because that's the only thing I have got."
"At me." The shadow shifted closer, glowing faintly.
"Then the night
said,
will work
"But greatness
with you."
has a price." Addis swallowed hard, her small hands shaking. For the first time, she realized she was speaking to something not human. The being stepped into the moonlight. Its eyes looked like tiny blue flames. Though Addis trembled, she did not run. "Who are you?" she whispered. The spirit bowed slightly, like a king acknowledging a guest. "I am Morochi, spirit of the night. I watch the paths where humans fear to walk. For many seasons, you have spoken, and I have listened." Addis blinked in shock. All those nights she whispered her dreams. The night had truly heard her. Morochi stretched out a hand made of soft darkness. "You seek destiny, Addis. You want to rise above sorrow. Then listen. Every child is born with a locked future. Some keys are found easily. Others must be earned." Addis took a small step closer, unable to resist the strange calm she felt around the spirit. "What must I do?" she asked. Morochi's voice dropped to a whisper. "Bring light into a place of deep darkness. Only then will your own path be opened." Addis did not yet understand, but she felt. Morochi turned and pointed toward the thick forest at the edge of the village. The trees swayed as though responding to an old secret. "In that forest is a forgotten shrine," the spirit said. "It lies in darkness, untouched, unvisited, uncared for. The elders abandoned it after fear swallowed their courage. Inside that shrine sleeps a lantern that has not been lit in 20 seasons. Your task is simple, but dangerous. Find the lantern and bring it glowing into the open." Addis felt her throat tighten. She had heard stories about the forest, stories of strange lights, missing hunters, and night creatures with so many eyes. "Morochi, I am only a girl. I am young. Why me?" The spirit stepped closer until she felt warmth radiate from its form. "Because you already walk where others fear," Morochi said. "Because night follows you with kindness. Because greatness does not wait for age. Addis held her calabash tighter. Fear tried to rise inside her, but another voice whispered louder, her mother's voice, "Courage is not the absence of fear, Addis. It is the decision to move anyway." The next night, Addis set out for the forest. Her feet were bare, the earth cold under her toes. She carried a small oil lamp and her mother's calabash. She paused at the boundary where the tall trees formed a dark wall. Even the night breeze seemed hesitant to enter. Addis looked back at the empty village road. No one would come searching for her. With a deep breath, she stepped into the forest. The darkness inside felt alive. Crickets went silent as she passed. Strange whispers fluttered between branches, but she forced herself to continue. She remembered Morochi's words, "You already walk where others fear." After a long while, her lamp flickered. A cold wind brushed past her cheek. Then she saw it, a faint blue glow deep inside the forest. Addis felt her heart race. "The shrine," she whispered. She took another step, then another, even as the forest seemed to close behind her. For the first time, she wondered if her bravery would lead her to destiny or swallow her in shadow. Addis moved toward the faint blue light, her heartbeat echoing in her chest like a drum. The deeper she walked into the forest, the colder the air became. Even her breath turned to mist. Strange sounds floated around her, soft whispers that did not come from any human mouth. She held her lamp close, but the light looked weak compared to the cold blue glow ahead. The trees here were different. Their roots twisted above the soil, forming shapes like crawling fingers. Whenever she stepped too close, the roots seemed to shift slightly, almost as if they were listening to her presence. Finally, she reached a clearing. At its center was a small ancient hut made of mud, broken stones, and branches. This was the forgotten shrine. The blue glow came from inside, lighting the walls like a quiet ghost. Addis took a deep breath and stepped forward. The ground felt warm under her feet, though the air was cold. As she reached the entrance, she heard a faint voice inside whisper her name, "Addis." She froze. The voice was soft, like a tired old woman calling her child home. With trembling hands, she pushed the door open and stepped into the deep silence of the shrine. Inside the shrine, the walls were covered with carvings, strange symbols of moons, eyes, and swirling lines. In the center of the room sat a dusty clay table, and on it rested the old lantern Morochi had spoken about. It looked abandoned, covered with dirt and cobwebs, but the faint blue glow came from inside it, pulsing like a heartbeat. Addis took slow steps toward it. Every step she made echoed loudly, even though the room was small. It felt like the lantern was watching her. She reached out and touched it gently. The moment her fingers brushed the metal, the shrine trembled. Dust fell from the ceiling. The lantern flared with bright blue fire, though there was no oil inside. Addis gasped and pulled her hand back. The flame rose taller, dancing without heat. Then, an old voice filled the room. "Who wakes me?" it said. "Who touches the light of forgotten promises?" Addis swallowed hard and whispered, "I am Addis, the night spirit sent me." The flame softened. "Come again. Then carry me," the lantern said, "but beware, light reveals what darkness hides." Addis reached out again, this time with courage. As she lifted the lantern, the flame glowed warmly, and a soft wind circled around her feet, as if welcoming her. Addis stepped out of the shrine with the glowing lantern in her hands. The blue light illuminated the trees, making their shadows stretch long like giants. But as soon as she crossed the clearing, the forest changed. The path she came from was gone. Trees had shifted their positions, forming new corridors. The forest wanted to test her. She tightened her grip on the lantern and whispered, "Morochi, guide me." But the night spirit did not answer. The forest began to whisper again, this time louder, harsher. The voices sounded like angry spirits. Shapes moved between the trees, dark figures with glowing eyes. Addis tried not to panic. She remembered her mother's words, "Fear will chase you until you turn and face it." She lifted the lantern high. Its blue light spread out, pushing the shadows back. The forest growled. The trees shook, dropping leaves like rain. Something huge moved ahead, blocking her path. It looked like a creature made of branches and vines, taller than any man. Its eyes glowed red. Addis' knees weakened, but she stood still. The creature roared and charged toward her. Without thinking, she thrust the lantern forward. A blinding blue flash exploded, and the creature dissolved into dust. The forest grew silent again. Addis exhaled shakily, realizing the forest would not let her leave without proving her bravery. Marachi touched her forehead gently, and a rush of warmth filled her. "You will understand with time," he said. "For now, know this, light has chosen you. And those who fear it will try to stop you." Before Addis could ask more, the spirit faded into the moonlight, leaving her alone with the lantern and a path she did not yet understand. But something inside her had changed. She no longer felt like the lonely girl who whispered dreams into the night. She felt chosen. When Addis returned to Umokporo with the glowing lantern in her hands, the villagers woke from their sleep one after another. Doors creaked open. Windows lifted. Faces peered into the night with confusion and fear. The blue glow lit up the entire village square, casting long shadows on the ground. People whispered among themselves, pointing at her. "Addis, what is she holding? Why is the light that color? Did she bring a spirit with her?" Their fear spread quickly like wildfire. The village elders stepped out with their staffs, forming a circle around her. Elder Okadike, the oldest among them, spoke first. "Nwaninto, what are you carrying?" Addis held the lantern a little closer to her chest. "I found it in the old shrine. The night spirit asked me to bring it out." The villagers gasped. Some took a step back. One woman even screamed, "Night spirit! Abomination!" Elder Okadike's eyes narrowed. "Child, that shrine was closed for a reason. Darkness sleeps there." Addis shook her head boldly. "Not all darkness is evil. Sometimes it hides something important." The elders murmured among themselves, unsure of how to respond. That night, Addis realized something. It wasn't the forest that feared light. It was the people. The next morning, Umokporo buzzed with rumors. Everywhere Addis walked, people whispered behind her back. Some called her brave. Others called her mad. A few said she was walking with spirits. Children stared at her with wide eyes as if she had grown wings overnight. Addis tried to ignore them. She kept the lantern close, its warm glow giving her courage. But she could feel the weight of their stares pressing on her shoulders. That evening, as she sat near the old well, a young boy named Chisholm approached her quietly. He held a piece of roasted yam in his small hands. "Addis, are you afraid?" he asked softly. "Fears something. Even me. But I choose to walk anyway."
"Are you
Chisholm
afraid?
sat beside her,
Everyone
swinging
fears
his
something."
legs. "My papa said you did something no grown person can do. He said you brought back a sacred thing." Addis nodded slowly. "The lantern is important, but I don't know why yet." Chisholm looked at the glowing flame, mesmerized. "Maybe your destiny is bigger than this village." Addis' heart tightened. She hoped he was right. Later that night, the three most respected elders, Okadike, Nonari, and Obichina, called Addis to the village hall. The lantern glowed softly in her hands as she entered. The room smelled of palm wine and burning incense. Elder Nonari raised her voice first. "Addis, child of misfortune, do you understand the danger you brought to us?" Addis lifted her chin. "I did only what the night spirit asked." Elder Obichana banged his staff on the floor. Spirits are not to be trusted. They use children because their minds are soft. Elder Okadike sighed deeply. We must decide what to do with the lantern. It is a powerful object. Too powerful for a child. Addis tightened her grip on it. You cannot take it from me, she said firmly. It chose me. And I survived the living forest. The elders exchanged uneasy glances. None of them could deny her courage. But fear clouded their judgment. Elder Monari spoke again, her voice trembling. Addis, power attracts danger. More danger than you understand. But Addis only bowed slightly. If danger comes, I will face it. The elders had no answer. The next morning, Omokporo woke to a strange sight. The sky above the village had turned unnaturally dark, darker than a normal morning, darker than a normal rainy season. The sun struggled to shine through thick clouds that looked like swirling ink. People screamed and ran into their huts. Chickens hid under baskets. Dogs howled and refused to come out. The whole village felt the presence of something heavy pressing on the air. Addis stood outside holding the lantern. As she lifted it, the blue flame flared, fighting against the darkness. A distant rumble echoed from the sky. This is because of the lantern, one villager shouted. She has brought a curse. Another cried, throw it back into the forest. Addis' heart pounded. She had not caused this darkness, had she? Just then, Morochi appeared in the shadow of a palm tree. Only Addis could see him. Do not fear, he whispered. This is not your doing. Something else has awakened. Addis looked up at the sky. The darkness felt alive. Like a sleeping beast stretching for the first time in many years. That night, when the village gathered in fear, a strange wind swept through Omokporo. It was cold and sharp, carrying the smell of damp earth. The sky rumbled again, and a long crack of lightning flashed, not white or yellow, but pitch black. The villagers fell to their knees. It has come, someone cried. The sky demon. Addis felt her skin rise in goosebumps. She had heard old stories of Ekuda, the spirit of swallowed light. The enemy of all brightness. Then, from the dark clouds, a shape descended. A massive shadow with wings like torn cloth and eyes that glowed red like burning charcoal. Its voice shook the ground. The light bearer has awakened the old flame, it growled. And I have come to claim it. The villagers fled, leaving Addis alone in the square. Morochi appeared beside her, his body flickering like a weak fire. Addis, you must stand your ground. The lantern chose you to fight this darkness. Addis lifted the lantern with trembling hands. The air around Addis trembled as Ekuda's giant wings spread across the sky. His body was made of darkness so thick it swallowed every bit of light around him. Even the moon hid behind clouds as if it feared him. Addis stood in the middle of the village square, her feet shaking, her heart pounding hard in her chest. The lantern glowed in her hands, brighter than before, almost as if it sensed danger. You are the light bearer, Ekuda roared, his voice echoing like thunder. Give me the flame, child, or I will tear your world apart. Addis swallowed hard. She wanted to run, but her legs refused to move. Morochi stepped forward, his form flickering weakly. Addis, listen to me. The lantern's flame is alive. It responds to your courage. If you fear, it weakens. If you stand, it grows. Addis took a deep breath. She raised the lantern high, lifting her chin. I will not give it to you, she said, her voice trembling but firm. Ekuda hissed, and a wave of black wind shot toward her. Addis squeezed her eyes shut, but the lantern exploded with bright blue light, forming a shield around her. The dark wind struck the shield and shattered like broken glass. Addis gasped at the power. The villagers hiding in their huts watched through cracks in the walls, shocked at the small, poor girl they always ignored was standing against darkness itself. Ikuda let out an angry roar. "Child, you do not know what you carry," he shouted. Addis held the lantern closer. "Maybe I don't," she said softly. "But I know one thing. I will not let you destroy my home." For the first time, the night spirit's chosen child stood tall. And the night itself seemed to stand with her. After Ikude vanished into the churning clouds, the village fell silent. Even the trees refused to move. Addis' legs finally gave way, and she knelt on the ground, breathing heavily. The lantern dimmed slightly, as if resting after a great. Mbarachi approached her slowly, worry-clouded in his usually calm eyes. "You did well," he whispered. "But Ikuda will come again. He will not rest until he captures the flame." Addis looked up, confused. "Why does he want the flame so badly?" Mbarachi sighed. "Long before your village was born, the world was divided into three powers: sunlight, nightlight, and shadowlight. The lantern carries the last piece of nightlight, a power older than the spirits themselves. Ikuda seeks to swallow it so that darkness will rule forever." Addis' eyes widened. "So, I am protecting the whole world?" Mbarachi nodded. "Yes. Though you are just a girl, destiny chose you." Before Addis could respond, a sudden glow appeared in the sky. A single star brighter than all others shot downward, landing behind the old yam barn. Addis
Really
rushed toward
strange.
it with Mbarachi
What will
floating
become
after
of
her.
us? The gods
There, lying
save
on the
us!
ground, was a
You
small
seek
glowing
destiny,
stone shaped like a
Ades.
tear.
You want to rise above
Paused in
sorrow.
the same blue
Then
color as
listen.
the lantern's flame.
Every child is born
When
with a
Addis
locked
touched it,
future.
it
Some
melted
keys
into
are
her
found
skin,
easily.
leaving a faint
Others
glowing
must.
mark on her palm. "What is this?" Addis whispered. Mbarachi stared in shock. "It is a star blessing, the sign of a chosen guardian. Addis, you are no longer just the light bearer. You are now the keeper of night." Addis stared at her glowing palm, her heart trembling with both fear and wonder. She had never imagined her life would change like this. But destiny had already taken her hand. The next day, the villagers gathered in fear and confusion. The sky remained dark, and even the roosters did not crow. Elder Okodai called everyone to the village square. His voice shook as he spoke. "Our ancestors are restless. The spirits are fighting above us. We must perform the dance of the ancient drums to protect ourselves." Addis stood in the back, still hiding her glowing palm beneath her wrapper. Villagers stared at her with mixed fear and admiration. Some whispered, "She fought the sky demon." Others murmured, "She brought trouble to us." Soon the drummers stepped forward. They held long wooden drums carved with symbols of the old gods. When they began to play, Addis felt the earth tremble. The sound was deep, powerful, and familiar, like something she had felt before in the living forest. Mbarachi appeared beside her. "These drums were once used to summon the night guardians," he explained. "But the village forgot their meaning." Addis watched as dancers circled the fire, their feet moving in ancient patterns. The drums grew louder, echoing across the village. Suddenly, Addis' palm began to glow again. The mark pulsed with the beat of the drums. Addis gasped, hiding her hand behind her. "What is happening to me?" she whispered. Mbarachi looked deeply at her. "The drums are calling the power inside you. The night light is waking." Then something incredible happened. The lantern's flame flickered wildly, and beams of blue light shot upward into the sky. The villagers screamed, dropping to their knees. The clouds parted slightly, revealing a huge shadow moving above them, Ikuda watching, waiting. Addis realized something important. Ikuda feared the drums. He feared anything that awakened the true light inside her. She clenched her fist. She would not let fear rule her village anymore. The villagers were restless. Some blamed Addis for the strange events. Others believed she was the only hope. As she walked through the village, People stared at her glowing palm whenever the mark accidentally shone through her wrapper. An old woman grabbed her hand. Nwani, what power is this? Addis gently pulled away. I don't know yet, she said softly. But the truth was she was scared. Her body was changing. Her destiny was growing heavier. That evening, Addis sat at the edge of the village near the abandoned cassava farm. Marachi appeared beside her, sitting quietly. Addis, running will not help. You must accept the mark.
What are you?